Hello guys, it is Teenage Marvel Fan back with another video, and I know I'm a little late, but I'm going to do my breakdown of the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. So I'm going to do this the same as all my other trailer breakdowns. I'm going to start off by playing the trailer, and then I'm going to go through it and break it down for you. So yeah, guess let's get right into it.
The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is about to play, but if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about to come up. But if you have seen Avengers Endgame, enjoy the trailer. Everywhere I go, I see his face. Just trying to miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone. You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up, Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk. But I want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks? What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo.
Oh, I think MJ really likes me.
Crosby when I first fell in love. You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man. This is Mr. Beck.
We could use someone like you on my world.
New World? Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do. You're coming with us.
Sorry about that.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel. Unavailable. But who's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want, Peter?
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I am Spider-Man. No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right. You may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice.
Sorry that it keeps pausing and not having great weather where I am, so that might have to do with it. So, yeah.
Sometimes people die.
Oh my god. Just always feel like my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
Are you going to step up or not?
I gotta get you guys out of here. Get on the jet. I work with Spider-Man. You work for Spider-Man? I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan.
Alright, so that was the trailer. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But now let's go through this and break it down. I'm going to play the trailer again without sound this time. And then I'm going to talk while it's playing. I'm going to pause it a few times to break it down. So, yeah, let's get started. There we go. Okay, yeah, so obviously there's Endgame spoilers in here, because it's talking about Iron Man's death. Yeah, just gotta get my hand there, ready to pause. Yep, there's that stuff. Yeah, so I like that this really shows, like, Peter's going through a tough time now. like, he looked up to Tony, and you watched him die. He was like a father figure to him. He's kind of like his version of like the MCU's version of Uncle Ben, I guess, to Peter. So losing him has a big effect on him, and that's why he's still wearing the Iron Spider armor, probably because it reminds him of him, or because, as he says in later on in the trailer, he feels like he needs to be the next Iron Man. So he feels like that makes him more like Iron Man or whatever. And somebody's been painting pictures of Iron Man all over the buildings and stuff. There's Happy. He's also mourning. He looks super sad. Like he's been crying for a long time and a lot there. But we're about to get into the good stuff. Yeah, so here he is taking out some guys. I'm not sure who they are. They just seem like pretty much normal criminals. Like maybe they're working for Chameleon or something, because there was a rumor that he would be in the movie. I really like the webbing there. Then he makes that joke about doing their job for them. Then he says that he's going on vacation. There he is. Then I like this joke where it's like he doesn't want to talk to Nick Fury, so then he just sends him to voicemail. And he's like, you can't just send Nick Fury to voicemail. There's MJ or Michelle. Yeah, something I would like to point out before I go on further. Flash, even though like a lot of people don't like Flash in the MCU, I like him because even though it's not what we're used to, it's a new interpretation of it, and I kind of like it because he's so different. I don't think of him as the same character. Like, I don't think of him as Flash Thompson. We still don't really even know if he's Flash Thompson, I think. I just think of him as another teenager just named Flash. And he's got some pretty funny parts, but then you see here, Nick Fury put Ned to sleep, and then he's trying to get Spider-Man to help him. Spider-Man. Yep. Then they meet in the secret bunker, like an underground shield base, basically. And this is when we find out that Mysterio is from another world. So yeah, and of course, Peter's excited about that because like he's a science guy. He knows how cool the multiverse is and that it actually exists. That's like really cool. And there was a new clip that was released today. Well, by the time I upload this, it will have been yesterday. It was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Jake Gyllenhaal was on there, and the clip was basically like this whole scene, and that's when we find out that this universe that we've been following in the MCU for the past 11 years is Earth 616, and the Earth that Mysterio is from is Earth 388, maybe? Don't quote me on that. Something like that. But, fun fact, that Earth that Mysterio says he's from is also the same Earth that Captain Britain and Spider-Man UK are from. And there were toys that have come out for Spider-Man Far From Home that involve a suit that looks just like the Spider UK outfit. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. There's who we can only assume is Sandman. Now, I don't really know if we can call him Sandman, That's just what I'm calling him. A lot of people are like, that's not Sandman, and like you're just hating on the fact that like this would be Sandman or whatever. But I mean, this isn't actually Sandman. They would just be calling him Sandman if that's what they actually end up calling him that. I'm just calling him that because I assume that that's what he would be called, especially since like from toys and stuff like that, that we know that they're calling Hydro, the water creature, and the fire creature, Hydro Man and Molten Man. So it would make sense if they were calling this one Sandman, because they're not just gonna call it like Rock Man or Rock Dude or Sand Dude or whatever. Like, if they, I actually like the idea of doing this, because then they can technically say that well, it's a way that they can use the characters without like having to develop them. Like a lot of people don't like this idea, but I do. Especially because it's a good way to get a lot of villains in here. Like you already got 3 here. But then there's more about that, and then they're like, we need your help. There's Hydra Man. Then he says, what about Thor? He's off-world. Captain Marvel? She's unavailable. She's like always unavailable. Like in Endgame, she was unavailable. Here, she's unavailable. There's a great shot at Molten Man. He looks fantastic. Looks just like that basic figure, which I haven't gotten. I did see it in a Walmart that I went to a couple days ago, but I didn't pick it up. I like this part when Peter's like, I just want to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and then Nick Fury's like, bitch, please, you've been to space. They're really taking advantage of the whole PG-13 thing here. And plus, it's Samuel L. Jackson. He loves to swear. So, yeah, that's like the perfect line for him. Then there's Mysterio. We saw this in the other trailer. I love the way that looks. You can see there, it had like a little triangle thing there. It was like kind of like the Illuminati triangle thing or whatever, and it looks very Doctor Strange-esque. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it has something to do with Doctor Strange, or if he like at least has the same powers or something. Then they're like in a bar or something. Yeah, then Peter and MJ are talking. And he's like, I need to tell you something. And then she's like, you're Spider-Man. It really is obvious, as she says. Like, she says that it's pretty obvious. And it really is obvious. Like, there's been 2 field trips that they went on, and Spider-Man showed up on that field trip while Peter wasn't there. So it's really obvious, and wouldn't surprise me if he was like about to tell her anyway, or something like that. Yeah, and then he gets nervous, like, what? There's a cool look at a bridge. This is a nice shot of Mysterio. Something that a lot of other people have pointed out is that if you look at his helmet, it looks like it's like filled with gas or smoke or something. And like, how would he be able to see, or like, is he just breathing that stuff in and stuff like that? I really don't know. Maybe it's just to make it look cool. Like, you're gonna be a superhero, gotta look cool. Although he's probably just a villain, which I hope is happening. Then there's a cool look at another elemental. I think that this is actually a combination of elementals, because you can see it kind of looks like Molten Man, but there's also like a lot of rocky parts to it. So that would be like part Sandman, and then there's also some water parts to him. So that would be part Hydro Man. So I think that like at some point, like after all the elementals are defeated or something like that, maybe they'll all combine into one big elemental. That would be really, really cool. There, in that shot, Peter was wearing Tony's glasses. So that was a nice touch. Here he is swinging. And there they are back in the bar. Molten Man again. I love the way he looks here. There's the stealth suit. Yeah, that's some awesome choreography there. And then there's this nice little joke here at the end, because like, of course, Flash is like a super fan for Spider-Man, and then Happy's like, "Oh, new plan." So yeah, that was the trailer. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. There is actually one part that I didn't point out, which I think I'll try and get to right now. Alright, so here's the part I was talking about. Well, yeah, you can see here that Peter and Quentin Beck, they're like starting their relationship, working together. But what you may not have noticed is down here in the left corner, that looks like Newman Akar. And I really don't know who that guy is, but a couple months ago, he like posted something on his Instagram, I think, that he was in this movie and he was playing a character named Dimitri, and that is what has led people to think that he's playing Chameleon, because Chameleon's name was Dimitri. So this is possibly our first look at the Chameleon. Not really a very good quality shot there, but guess it's something. If you go watch the trailer, like on YouTube or whatever, then you could get a better shot of this. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video, so I can bestow all my Marvel knowledge upon you.